You know, my first guest from High School Musical films, now she's starring in Hellcats. Everybody give a big cheer, Ashley Tisdale. Finally, you knew about this show before anybody did because we are...
Neighbors.
Neighbors! Who built your house? I think you've talked about it before.
Yeah, my dad. My dad, Mike, built my house.
Her father built your house. Well, he didn't build a house. He was a contractor.
Yeah, he owns the company.
He owns the company. You know who really built the house? You know, all those guys, it was great. I mean, really great team. But I gotta tell you, I would be laying in my bed at like 9:45 and I would hear doo 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 doo, and a taco truck would pull up to her house to feed the dudes. And I would get out of bed and go, I'm gonna go have breakfast at Ashley's house. So you drive around and see the house, but I was there all the time, so I would be eating with the dudes, and people would come by and they go, hey George, what are you doing? I go, I'm working on this house right now. It's beautiful. I said, yeah, we're gonna put in like copper and everything beautiful. But I've known you a long time.
Yeah.
Before all of your success, which congratulations, by the way, is amazing. Should we take it back to the beginning?
Sure.
Check this out. This is where we met. Check this out. So what are you in for?
What do you mean?
Look, you changed schools in the middle of the year. I mean, it's okay, we don't judge, but what is it, you know, tweaker, klepto? You got a bun in the oven?
No, I'm from Toronto.
Like I said, we don't judge.
Okay. My hair was curly, but what about your hair?
Oh, okay, all right, take it easy.
Wow.
My hair was nasty, right?
You had like a mullet back there.
I had like ice skater hair. But back then, you were still working in the mall.
Yeah. I worked in clothing stores up until I actually was a series regular on a TV show.
What do you mean by clothing stores?
Like Abercrombie and Fitch, Hollister, Windsor, Wet Seal, a lot of clothing stores.
You worked in there? What did you do? You worked at the register?
Yeah. I was a sales rep. Yep, that was me. Selling clothes.
And you did it because you were to supplement your acting?
Well, my parents just really wanted me to learn, the value of a dollar. I grew up in the business, but I went to regular school my whole life, and so they wanted me to have a real job, and I did. And there, I went to the places that I wanted 30% off, though, because of course, there's a little perk, I never brought home a paycheck. I was pretty much spending it at the store.
So you were shopping and spending your paycheck?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Did you finally, when you started to have some success, did you tell them, hey, I'm leaving, thank you so much, I'm giving you my 2 weeks notice?
Yeah, well, actually, Abercrombie and Fitch, I actually got fired from. Actually, this is the best story. I was going to get my discount. I actually never worked at Abercrombie. I was hired, and then the manager got fired, so there was just nobody, they weren't bringing us in yet. And I kept on going in saying when am I going to work? And they're like, oh, not yet, probably next week. And the week that I don't go in, because I was doing an episode of another TV show, I guess they asked me to, come in. So I went back to get my discount, and the guy was like, okay, what's your code? And I gave him the code, and he's like, oh, wow. You've been terminated. And I was like, terminated? Well, what does that mean? I felt like Pretty Woman. I was just like, what does that mean? Like looking around, I was like, are you kidding me? He's like, yeah, you've been fired. I was like, I haven't even worked here yet. I was like, what? It was crazy. So then I went to Hollister. So.
There, yeah, right, you always... But so, and then seeing, because of my daughter Mayan, so I saw all of the High School Musical success. Congratulations. It was phenomenal success worldwide.
Yeah. It was pretty insane.
It had to be like being in a like the Beatles or in Led Zeppelin or in something, because it was a worldwide thing everywhere you went.
Yeah, no, it was pretty crazy. I mean, everywhere, all over the world, we performed for like 80,000 people in Brazil, and it was pretty insane. But we were actually one time at Le Grand Journal, which is this talk show out in France.
Yeah.
And I just remember this experience because it was just so crazy. But we were in the car, and there was two cars, Zach and Corbin, me and Vanessa. And we were coming out of the parking structure, and the fans were out there waving, and I was just like, oh, I want to wave and say, thanks for coming. And Vanessa's like, don't turn down the window. And I was just like, no, wait, hold on. And I like start turning down the window. She's like, oh no, don't do that. And I was just like, why? And then it started going all the way down. I thought it had a stopper. It went all the way down, and everybody's arms went into the car, and like posters were being thrown in. And I felt bad because we were still driving, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to get hurt. I was like, okay, I'll never do that again.
But not when you say fans, how many people were out there?
It was a lot. It was
thousands
a lot. Yeah,
of
thousands.
people.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Because this is when I knew, I was flying back from Hawaii, and there's a little girl in like pink Crocs and a pink hat with a feather and a flower in her hair, and she's got these little pink headphones, and she's sitting on the chair, and her feet don't touch the ground, and she's got this thing, and she's going, I want fabulous. She was singing High School Musical songs like Turkey Imported from Spain. And like, that's when you know it's...
I'm surprised you know the words. That's crazy.
You don't want me to break out, we're all in this together. So how is Hellcats going?
It's so much fun. We're having a blast.
What's the premise of the show for everybody?
We're actually in college. We're at Lancer.
Yes.
Yeah, we're at Lancer University, and it takes place in Memphis. And Marty, who is played by Ali Michalka, comes to the Hellcats because she needs a free scholarship. She also is going to school to be a lawyer. And so it's just really, Cheer Town and the world of cheerleaders with all the drama and juiciness.
It is very dramatic.
It's very dramatic, yeah.
And here's a clip of Savannah preparing the football team. I'm not sure you've seen this clip, but let's take a look at a clip from Hellcats and Ashley. Wait a minute, that's not it. I'm sorry. That's some girl getting run over. Thank you for building your house. Thank you for the truck and all my breakfast burritos. Thank you for coming and finally doing my show.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your success and for showing a clip of college cheerleaders and a pillow fight. Check out Hellcats on Tuesday at 9 on CW. Ashley Tisdale, everybody.